Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Pisces, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. Thank you everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Come on in. Say hello to someone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Bismillah, Rich Rising, Grand Rising. Come on in, come on in, and come on in. Say hello. Meet you guys some new friends. Come on in and tap that screen for me. Free Spirit, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Come on in. Come on in, everyone. Thank you. Come on in. Hello. Let's start the day off with an amazing energy. Let's go ahead and make sure that, we know, let the universe know that we're thankful for waking us up. If you happy for waking up, you proud for waking up, you thankful for waking up, you blessed for waking up, you grateful for waking up. Tap that screen, let the universe know. Please and thank you. Oh, Cosmic Creator, source of all life and light, you're my shepherd, guiding me through every valley, every shadow. I lack nothing, for you lead me beside the still waters and restore my soul. In your presence I find peace and strength, for you're with me always. Your rod and staff comfort me, and your love prepares a pathway before me, even in the face of adversity. Grant me the serenity to embrace what I cannot change, the courage to change what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference as I walk each day in faith. In the presence of your infinite grace, I am unafraid, for your kingdom flows through me as it does all creation. With deep gratitude, I give thanks for the miracles already set in motion in my life. Shift what must be shifted, move what needs to be moved, and illuminate my path with your divine light. Align my heart, my actions, and my soul with your will, for I know you have already provided the strength, guidance, and blessings that I need. I release all fear, and I surrender fully to your higher wisdom. May your goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life as I dwell in your sacred presence, now and forever. Amen. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Lady of Purpose. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Rooted by Ash. Hi. Welcome. Thank you guys all for coming in. The message is just popped out of nowhere. Blessings, people, or opportunities that show up unexpectedly. Uh-oh. Y'all know what? Just popped out of nowhere. All right. Let me make sure I didn't erase my shit, because literally I was doing something. Welcome, Evelyn. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Everyone, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are, our schedule is a little different today. I don't want to say we are behind, but come on in, say hello. Ivan the Magist, hi, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Come on in. I am following you guys. Hi, Dion. Welcome. Come on in. Say hello. Grab you a new friend. Hey, Kevin. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Y'all go ahead and grab y'all some new friends. I went on ahead and scooped y'all up. Say hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Come on in. All right, let me see. All right. Now this don't want to work. Y'all, it's been a thing. The last past 24 hours, I have been checking like stats and things of that nature. So just popped out of nowhere, blessings, people, opportunities that unexpectedly popped up. All right, so y'all are there now. I hate when this starts to happen because it interferes with my where's my stuff at. I mean, because we can definitely just give it the way it's going to be given, but what's the point in the preparation if we don't got the preparation? Come on and welcome everyone. Say hello, grab you some new friends. Say hello. I am following some people. Rithi Thong, Omo, hi, Kevin. Kevin, welcome. Thank you for being here. Y'all come on and say hello. Um, Isaac, hi. Your name is still the same. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Say hello. Something didn't happen with my screen again. In the past couple of days, it keeps being like something is organizing. I don't know if everything is upset. Everything is upgrading. like, you know, resetting itself. But y'all, just, I keep saying the energy feel like it keeps feeling like a lot of shifts in between. Like, and mind you, it be so quickly as to how it's happening. It don't add up. It don't make sense. Um, and then why did I sit down here this morning? I instantly started to delete shit as if I don't know. Anyway, let me see where this message is right here because I see part of it. Let's hope it's here. All right. So keep going, keep going. Now, how did this start? All right, y'all. This the script, okay? Cause be mindful. Stick to the script. Always, all the time. Crystal, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm new, but I want to see what you say. All right, so this just popped out of nowhere. People, places, and opportunities. And they said stick to the script. So be mindful. This is the script. Have you ever noticed how some people, some opportunities, some blessings just pop out of nowhere? No warning, no planning, no struggle. They just appear. Like the universe said, okay, now you're ready. Most of the time, it doesn't happen when you're like searching or forcing for something. I want to say something, but I'm going to just finish the script because they said stick to the script. So let's stick to the script. So most of the time, it doesn't happen when you're searching or forcing. It happens when you're aligned, when your spirit is calm, when you finally stop looking for what you were never meant to chase. Sometimes it's the biggest shifts in your life that don't come with an announcement. They slide in quietly and they change everything. The right person shows up, the right conversation opens the door. The opportunity that you didn't even apply for chooses you. A blessing with your name on it finds you in all the right ways, right at your front door. It's not luck. That's alignment. It's spiritual timing. Y'all, I keep forgetting this shit ain't working. Um, so I need to fix that. Spiritual timing. So, if things or people have been popping up into your life out of nowhere lately, pay attention. Those are not coincidences, those are signals, indicators that your frequency has shifted and now your life is responding. So, stay open, stay aware, because the next thing that pops up out of nowhere might be the moment that changes everything for you. So, recently we have been talking about you receiving a blessing. Remember, yesterday I said if you are in alignment for the blessing, type blessing. Tap that screen, tap that screen, tap that screen, tap that screen, tap that screen. A lot of y'all don't understand the magnitude. It's almost like, oh yeah, we keep hearing it's a blessing. Oh yeah, we keep hearing it's a blessing. Meanwhile, it's disastrous things happening outside. There are disastrous things happening outside. I don't stutter. I have a stutter. All right. There are disastrous things outside, but there are so miraculous and amazing things happening outside, right? So just think during times of, what do you call it, recession and poverty and all types of other stuff, millionaires are made. Are you going to get in alignment for the blessing? Have you already put yourself in alignment for the blessing? Do you want to get ready for your alignment? Now, I told y'all already, everybody that I was talking to, y'all already did the work. Y'all didn't have to go ask nobody for anything. Y'all already did the work. When the nights was cold and you was crying and nobody was there and you wished you had a hope, a dream, a clue, and you still kept giving, even in the midst of, you still kept being a good person, even in the midst of, you still kept doing the right thing, even in the midst of. Do y'all know how hard it is to do the right thing when you are in need of something and all the wrong things just keep popping up and it's just right in your face to, but your morals, your boundaries, your values are already in alignment, tucked away so deep in your pocket that you know you just have to continue to keep going through whatever this journey is, because you know that whatever has happened, whatever is going on, whatever it is putting you in the life that you asked for. Because sometimes we'll say, God, give me strength. not realizing how you gonna get strength. But then you'll say, "Oh God, give me this." We have to be mindful of the things that we ask for. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. So now, one of the most of the time, it doesn't happen when you're searching or forcing. Now, listen to this. Not for nothing. I know all of y'all have all felt when you've been single, sober, celibate, all these things for so long, right? Mind your own business. So y'all, beating down singles' doors saying, I would not want to do nothing else. But then, meanwhile, on the flip side of that, y'all could potentially be saying, all right, I've been single long enough. And then, you can't find a person. Don't nobody want to talk. Your roster shot, everything, right? And then out of nowhere, you get your dream life. Thank you, unfuckwittable in the chat. I went on ahead and followed you. Thank you for being here. Then as soon as you get a man or a woman, guess what? Everybody start coming out of the woodworks, the crevices, and now it's people trying to tempt you in all different ways. Nothing but a setup. Nothing but a setup. But also, this is the thing. What if you chose wrong? What if the thing that put you into alignment now is like, should I leave her? Should I leave him? Like, it's almost at the verge. You don't know this person that well, but it has now brought in what normally happens when you get in a relationship. Everybody starts to like what they can't have. Like, why the fuck is you over here now? But when, I was trying to be outside, wasn't nobody around. Period. Anyway, so no warning. This is also, y'all, this is gonna get on my nerves because I don't know why it is. Let me see if I can fix this without even moving. Because y'all, the shit be so random. It be working on 1 minute, and then as soon as you sit down and be ready to do something, it's time to entertain. Now they don't want to work. Now they want to be done. And period. All right, y'all. I turned the heat on. It is hot as nuts in here. But I like it hot. But just so y'all know. And then all these lights happening along with it. So the right person shows up. The right person. So we're not even gonna insert here. All right. So social experiment going wrong, right? Or going right. Just to, an example of. So y'all remember the group 7 thing, right? Which is an amazing thing when it comes to the content creators all wanting to help each other and build really really quickly because the blessing, right? This is where a lot of people who are being pushed out of one place moving into the next place because a lot of people have lost their jobs, a lot of people have retired, a lot of people have thank you for being here. Hey spiritually blessed. Y'all go ahead and tap that screen for me. Let them know that we over here, we working. I'm sitting in the seat. I showed up. I didn't run off. So a lot of people in transition in life. I've been seeing people that are moving, people that are, just doing whatever everybody's doing, right? And whatever the shift is, it is, do you really want it? Do you really want it? Okay? And let me explain. And then I'll tell you about the people that are moving and this, that, and third. So, not for nothing, I sit in front of y'all and I always use me. So, for everybody that's new, I use me because, I don't really like digging into too many people energy. We already going to be into too many energies because there's so many people scrolling through here. And we are in observe, don't absorb. But I pick up energies very, very easily. So, I start doing stuff and it weirds me out sometimes. But anyway, so I tend to use me so that way, we are sharing, reciprocating energy, but I stay in my own business and whatever, else comes along with that, we just move along with it, transfers. We gonna use it and keep it pushing. All right. So you're over here. All right, let's see what this is, because I don't know. Y'all, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get everything. No, actually, no, I'm not. Let me tell y'all what I'm doing. So that way, y'all, it'll just, we can explain it. Um, y'all know all the platforms that I'm on, and this is also part of the message. So moving around, um, all the platforms that I'm on, everybody requires something different, right? Not for nothing, everything can be done at the same time. Everything can be done at the same time, but there's qualifications that have to be done and met when, the chat is rolling over here, or when the chat is rolling over here, or when the chat is rolling over here. So technically, we're multitasking, which is ideal. But I'm also trying to figure out how to stop this from happening and put it all in one location in one place. But since I'm not that technologically, savvy, yet, it's giving me a little bit of pushback, on the platform, on the online thing, which I feel like is tied to a spiritual thing, because everything that is required I already did. All right, so now I gotta wait for somebody else to come in, like my son or somebody, and which will probably be today, to come in and now go in and put in, see if he can push my payment through, so that way it will allow for me to be able to just stream on one platform, right? So stuff like this continues to keep happening, because even this morning, something about my music was, I was trying to listen to something on my music, literally wouldn't work for me. One of the young people take the phone, and all of a sudden, voila, it's like it just pops up in on magic time or something. So I don't know why I'm holding the phone, I'm restricting it from working or something, but when somebody else touches it, all of a sudden it works the way it's supposed to. I don't know what that is, but anyway, um things popping up out of nowhere, and us having to pivot and move around in the situation, just like y'all being right here. um Tripod broke, so now y'all super close to me, but also it turned out to be a blessing that y'all were super close to me, because now I get to do this. So it's a lot of stuff that is working also behind the scenes, when it's stuff that you gotta, do right here in front of you. And then it's almost like, well, shit, you jump over here to this situation. And then, I don't know, it just becomes super duper random. So that's where we're at with it right now. But opportunities, because the opportunities, as it expands, it makes it better. It makes it better for me anyway. Why? Because putting in the time and the effort. You want something so bad, but then I go look at the numbers, right? So this is also part of what I was going to say. Um, I'm saying I want to be a content creator. I'm sitting right here in front of y'all, right? And then I went to go look at my stats and my numbers. And then I'm like, as I was doing it, I'm saying, okay, well, you streamed this long this day, right? You streamed this long this day. It's people that sit online all day long and do nothing but streaming, right? And so those people are putting in the effort to show that that's what they want to do. This is where, they are making their craft. They're making this work, which I was going to say about the other people that y'all are changing positions and jobs and this, that, and the third, and what's going to work and what's not going to work, and to getting people into, new streams of income, this, that, and the third, being in alignment for the blessing, tapping on the blessing, right? And also each one teach one, and building. So all of it goes into, the same pot, but it's different sections of the pot, but it's a lot, because it's like y'all have to remember to do this, and this. Unfuckwittable, thank you for being here. Thank you, and thank you for getting your daily heart and daily like, and I appreciate it. And again, so learning new stuff in the process, but the new stuff helping, but I don't know. You see what I'm saying? So I'm learning, and the things are hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? It seemed easy to just sit in front of people and be like, okay, I'm in the, comforts of my own house. I can adjust my heat temperature the way I want to, the environment the way I want to. I can talk as loud as I want to, whatever. But because we're multitasking in so many different ways, and also, it's a lot of people, a lot of energy scrolling through. Even if it's not people just in here, the part that we're not seeing stuff just flashing through, because there's people jumping in and out, and it's new. But how bad do you want it? Movie everyone should see. Oh no, we're not adding that. because now they add in extra stuff, so that way the prompters are telling you to also do stuff too, because apparently, as you know, you get more involved, there's prompters and things that will tell you, you know, what to do and, you know, when to do it. I love it here. Okay, so just so y'all know, and again, you could love it wherever you are, your new home, your new arrangements, you could hate it, you know what I mean, but it's still where you are at this given moment in time. So I'm gonna just say I love it here. I love doing content creation. I love you know, trying to figure everything out. But as I was looking at my stats wasn't saying that I loved it here. My stats was saying that, ma'am, more time needs to be put in. People go to work 40 hours a day, and it's not like you want it to be work. You also want it to be fun. And I also do, you know, regular, straightforward like content and things of that nature. So of course, if you start doing, you know, sitting in a seat for this amount of time and streaming 24 hours a day, then of course that's going to, you know, do something different to, you know, other content. But also it is, you can do different stuff as well. So it's like kind of balancing the things out, right? But the blessing, because y'all hear how there's blessings attached to it, because the more you know, I get comfortable with it, and the more I'm placing myself, you know, in the position of I want to be here, I'm learning, you know, new whatever technological things, right? Also getting involved in different groups and things of that nature behind the scenes that will help, you know, advance and push you forward, right? All right, so what I was going to say about the group 7 thing. I noticed that the social experiment went, it's going a little left. It's going to where the same thing that the universe normally does with, I guess, with us. So maybe we are doing it ourselves, but the conditioning of it, and I'm missing my earring too, so that's another thing. But and the conditioning of it, people will resort back to their same behavior. So not to mention the one thing that I said about the lady, the, you know, why is everybody all of a sudden trying to exclude people? But because now it was, you know, 7 showed up, and, you know, the immediate people, the ones that seen it on that day, now have to be more special than the ones that seen it later on. And then the people who are just clueless because they just don't know, they're just saying, you know, they're in group 7 because it got trickled down, and, you know, y'all. And then I got recruited into group 8 because group 8 was a completion, um y'all, and it just is starting to be a lot, and now it's making me wonder. It's truly making me wonder. Morals, values, boundaries, they just popped up out of nowhere. No warning, no planning, no struggling. They just appear. Like the universe said, okay, now you're ready. So you get put in a position. You get put in a place. A blessing, a door opens, has opened, unlocked. You're here. Voila, right? Do y'all not hear everything else that I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get y'all to fully understand how everything is happening all at the same time, and I need for y'all to make sure that you do not, don't failure is not an option. How about that? Failure is not an option. It's scary, it's new, it's strange. It could be 10. A lady literally just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna go get me a tent, and I'm just gonna go pack it up and live by the water. Mind you, like, in many other cultures and languages, that suggests homeless, right? That's what it sounds like. Nope. No way, shape, nor form. Lady just picked up, went on here, got her a nice ass tent. Mind you, got the best like setup ever. This lady was in there cooking all types of stuff, and I'm like, I mean, depending upon what you want and how you want it, it don't have to look like nobody else's. It don't have to look like nobody else's dream. It don't have to look like nobody else's lifestyle. It don't got to look like nobody else's nothing. All it has to look like is success to you. That's what you want, whether it be, you know, your tent in the woods, or your vehicle. Because some people, I seen a girl just doing something like everybody's being creative, like, and I'm not being funny, I'm serious, because I went from even just like the luxury and style of somebody decorating their condo because they just moved into their new condo, and so they're giving all the aesthetics and everything else. Y'all come and tap that screen for me, please, and thank you. Tap that screen, please, and thank you. They come in with all the aesthetics, all the bells and whistles and everything else, and I'm like, these young girls be definitely living it up. Like, I didn't make the right choices. Like, I mean, ain't no going back. You did, but you did what you did. Now just think about, during my time, it was, raising kids and this, that, and the third. You can actually have your own apartment, your own condo, and these young ladies are living like, I love it. Man, like, they use their free will in a whole other different way. I liked it. I really do like it. But I didn't get a chance to do that. I didn't have an opportunity to do that. Do I have an opportunity to do it now? Yup. It don't matter how old you are, a person, how old they are to do anything. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Y'all tap that screen, please, and thank you. A blessing popping up out of nowhere. No warning. Are you putting yourself in alignment for you? Are you even open? That's another question. Like, are you even open for it? Because a lot of people will say, oh, I'm ready for a blessing, this and a third. Y'all, listen, and this is a sad moment in time, because not to mention that I know God can do this on the other flip side of this too, right? But I'm gonna just be real honest about it, some shit, right? So God can make it so that a person shows up and change my whole entire opinion on even the thought of getting ready, right? Or being ready to be a wife or anything, right? But I was sitting yesterday with myself and I was thinking, do I want somebody else in my space? Like, in my mind, I felt like if God even said this person is the person, right? I might would have to talk to that person on the phone for like a long time or something, because literally in my brain, it's making me feel like when people are in your space, it's now no longer seeing who you are. It is now seeing who we are. And yes, you can, have each other's space and this, that, and the third, but maybe it just might be this pathway, this, whatever happened, I don't know. But in my brain, I would just love to have the connection, but not, I don't know. I honestly don't know. And so that was kind of hard to even sit and think, because how you going, like, of course you want to be in love, because I want to be in love, but I don't want to mess up finding me. I don't want to mess up, like, my adventure, because somebody else is going to come along and somebody else is going to say, oh, I don't like that, or oh, I don't want to do that, or oh, I don't want to eat that, or oh, I don't want to try that, when I just want to try some stuff. I just want to do some stuff. I just want to be, and so then it's great to have the companionship. Adriana, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Come on in. It's great you tap that screen, tap that screen. It's great to be with somebody, but I have learned even for myself, because I know what type of person I am in a relationship. I just want to make the person, happy. I just want to do, for the person. So I will go over and above, which then now is creating, are you doing that because you like it, or are you doing it because they like it? And so right now I get to do stuff because I just like it. Y'all go ahead and scoop Adriana up. Hey, Adriana, thank you for being here. We're going to put Adriana up on a pin for a minute. And I'm seeing, I'm learning. Adriana, I already followed you. Thank you. Come on in. So there's that. No warning, no planning, no struggle. They just appear. So the universe said, you're ready. So if the universe says, I'm ready, right, and then that happens, I'm going to just have to be ready, and then I'm going to have to adjust, and knowing that the universe is basically saying, you are to grow with this person. Okay. It depends on how I'm growing with the person. You see what I'm saying? Because then this is where I have to always do the self-check-in. It's going to have to depend on how I'm growing with the person. Because is it, growing down or growing up? And I mean that for real. Like, are we going backwards or are we going forward? Because you know how they say, like, when you meet somebody else, you either get pulled into their life or they get pulled into your life. So it's supposed to be an elevation. So somebody's supposed to elevate somebody. And I don't know. Maybe that might be also the issue because this has to be completely different. So I guess that's another reason, another way we have to think of it. Also, like it just being something completely different than you ever really done. But then that fucking makes me uncomfortable as well because y'all, it just be a whole lot of thoughts. Like literally yesterday, it was thought after thought after thought after thought after thought because the same message keeps coming up. The same message keeps coming up, and open to love, open to being in love, open, just not open to losing myself or anybody thinking that they want to waste time or play games. Business, money, that's another thing. When people come into your life, and right now I'm working on a lot of new stuff. When people come into your life, it is normally like that's another distraction. And that was another thing that I was talking to God about. Because again, God, blessings, and I don't, and again, I'm going to just be mindful to be saying that I'm open to whatever the universe is doing, okay? So y'all hear me, I'm just telling y'all, thoughts that could potentially be going through anybody's mind, especially when a person is saying you've been on the track of getting yourself together, finding you, healing, growing, elevating, ascending, and it's a lot of new miraculous things happening, a lot of new strange things happening, a lot of new things that you aren't comfortable with happening, but a lot of things that you have to make peace with and get comfortable with because this is the new version of. This is the new version of. So it's always like, for my hijab, for instance, the past couple days, me and my hijab have been on like a whole nother journey. I have been finding a newfound love for me and my hijab, right? And so for most people, they always try to, lump religion and these things, whatever together. No, had nothing to do with that. I covered beforehand, right? And so I just happened to I was walking up the steps, and I have mirrors all around my house, and I just happened to get a glimpse of me coming up the steps, my hijab, and how I always tell you about, my lines. I love when they, nice and fresh, right? And everything felt right with the world. Like, why? Because this is what it should have been even before, because before I was even doing, sometimes I would just cover my head, do certain things. It's almost like when you come into the realization, like you've already been walking into your life this whole entire time. And we may not be fully all the way completely into it yet, but we have been walking into it. We're walking into it. And we never even realized it. So that's like when they be saying you be walking, you are already in your purpose. It's like the things that you're doing that you don't really notice that you do because it just happens. Your body just does it naturally. It's just effortlessly. So those are normally the things that are tied to your purpose. Those are things that are tied to your gifts. But those be the hardest things to also try to pick out of ourselves. And it's the craziest thing because we don't realize we're doing it. It's just natural. Y'all, crazy, weird things, but natural, normal things when you think about it. All right, y'all, let me see about what this lady said. Sorry, y'all. No interruptions. All right, I don't know. My phone, y'all, my phone has been, let me turn it off. This phone has been glitching all day long. Like, I don't know what is up. Have y'all got y'all walkie-talkies yet? Did y'all start, playing around with those yet? Getting y'all some for the family, trying to see how far in range they could go, just in case y'all need some? Because if you haven't, don't ask me, that just popped out of nowhere, okay? Because, but anyway, if you haven't, then you should definitely want to get you some because if not for nothing, they could be fun or they could save your ass. Excuse me. So question, has anyone or anything ever popped up in your life out of nowhere and ended up being a blessing? That was supposed to be on y'all role y'all think. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and put it over there. Has that ever happened to you? Has something that also you thought was going to be a blessing turn out to be the worst fucking thing that ever happened to your life? Because if your any life is going anything like mine, both of them have happened. Like something you thought was just going to be like the most amazing thing is just a fucking wreck. Like, how the hell did that happen? That was not supposed to go like that. Hey, Mike. The boys OG 23. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. What was I going to do? Okay, right here. Here, y'all. This is what it was. Why is it only doing that? Alright, so I guess it definitely wants to go to the has anyone or everything popped up out of your life and ended up being a blessing. Alright, how was everyone's night? Did you sleep well? Is the energy bothering anyone? Is anybody traveling right now is what I need to know. Because something about travel just popped up on my screen. Anybody traveling right now? Is there anyone traveling around here? Everyone, hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Come on in. Say hello. Get you some new friends. Please and thank you. So, yesterday, it kept being one thing behind the next after when I was going to come back here with y'all. So, somebody popping up, right? It's popping up to your house. Popping up to your house. Oh, my God. But I got the feeling like people just be looking at people when they show up, like, you know, who the fuck is at the door? But somebody is definitely wanting to take a risk on showing up because they like, I hear a person saying something about should we ring the bell? So do with that information what you will. But on another note, because something is happening. The other day, it was two boys that showed up at the door, and I was sitting right here in front of y'all. So it's also showing that too. Be mindful of opening the door, you know, for people. So there is that, and that may be the other thing. How, you know, a person shows up at your door expecting you to open the door, but you don't know them. So it's like no warning, no nothing. A person taking a chance. How do y'all be knowing where people live at is what I want to know, though. Well, I guess the internet be having everybody's business, so there's that. My phone has been acting up for 3 months. Yeah, my phone is definitely really showing the fuck out right now, like on some real shit, because I don't know what that's about, because I'm trying to actually get over here to y'all to access something else. But yeah, so somebody showing up at y'all house at your residence, because it said residence. It must be fancy, because residence, that's what I heard. Residence. Somebody showing up at your residence. Well, I also, it is showing up out of nowhere. Something gets cleared out, paid for. So somebody getting a debt wiped away, paid out, cleared out, paid for. Well, damn. And then here goes the signal. It was a out of nowhere, like a humming sound, but something gets cleared out. A person just looks up and there was something that you needed to pay for. It's a bill, so I'm saying something. It's a bill. A bill that gets cleared out. Let me not say something. A bill that gets cleared out of nowhere. Somebody has a medical something that they're saying, a medical that's getting cleared out. Oh, y'all. So I don't know if this is about to happen, but that's what it's looking like. This is going blurry. What the fuck is up with that? You clear. You clear. Y'all look like y'all glitched and y'all are blurry. Okay, so I don't know if this is happening or if this is what they was doing, but y'all, it's like somebody playing behind the system. You know them people that go in and be doing shit and they start clearing shit out. So if that start happening, y'all be mindful, because that's what it's looking like. Like somebody goes behind the scenes and they already like, fuck it, we tired, and they just start releasing debts and shit from people, and all of a sudden you show up. I can see you fine. Yeah, I can see y'all fine too, but for some reason y'all went glitchy, like, you know what I mean, kind of like the screen was shaking or something, like real fast, real weird. But anyway, so it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the words, but it is cyber, y'all know. But I feel like also everybody has been triggering the system, is what it sounds like, because it's all the words. But because I've seen there's also a lady that's actually saying that, but this is like a massive ass. Because people are trying to get their money like right now, because they automatically are seeing, like, you know, certain things that are happening in the universe, you know, going down. So people are trying to get pull their do a lot of transactions and things of that nature. But it's like the system just starts glitching out of nowhere, and then, you know, but it's untraceable. That's the other thing, because it's like some of the companies and everything are just, you know, disappearing and, you know, going out of business and everything else. So it's almost like, you know, all the debts are just up in the air. So it's weird, because I mean, of course, that would definitely help. Um, I guess some bills that need to be paid. Things definitely happening, because then the other thing was, all of a sudden it's the what I told y'all before, the releasing of, it's what do you call them things, class action lawsuits and all that other stuff, shit that people just be you sign up for, and out of nowhere a check gets deposited into your account, and then somebody else, it's like people just giving away stuff, like, y'all, random out of nowhere, here, take this because we're getting ready to leave and go da 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 out of the country, you get to have this. So I'm telling y'all, something is transpiring, because it's like gifts being just like dropped out of the air. That's what it looks like. It's packages, like as if it would be like Amazon clearing out their warehouse or something. And y'all know how they got the drones and shit, and delivering the packages. All of a sudden, the air is full of drones, and it's shit just falling out the sky. It looked like that. And not for nothing, and it could be like the manifestation of it all, because one day I did this thing. It was a cash app, right? Like, it was a manifestation. I just opened up my arms, I stood in the middle of the room, and basically I just asked the universe to start sending me cash apps. Y'all, my cash app started going off 111, like 1111, people sending 1111, everything else. Y'all, the shit was strange, but it was fucking amazing. So it's like the universe is just doing a thing, and you put it out there, and voila, it's just happening. And I know y'all want to just be like, and this is the thing, why does it have to be that? I know y'all want to be, because somebody is feeling like, nah, it can't happen, and it can't happen until it does. Mind you, you must have just never ever have taken place in any type of, you know, miracle ever in life. Like, I've been sitting on the phone, on the floor, y'all, sitting on the floor 5 minutes. Just got in talking to the insurance company. Insurance company that told me they not getting ready to pay for my fucking truck and some other shit, because, you know, something or another. I don't know, my big fucking truck, right? I done hung up that fucking phone. I done hung up the phone and got on the floor in the closet and started talking to God about it and crying. Like, yeah, because I had a whole lot of tears, right? And I kid you not, while I was sitting on the phone, I'm sitting on the floor in the middle of that prayer and that cry, my phone rang. Insurance company getting ready to pay for my stuff, because they figured out that they had to do da 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 da. Meanwhile, they had just told me before the tears came down, and before, you know, and they didn't know I was crying. God knew I was crying. Either way, prayer changes things. So in the midst of new things happening, everything else is swirling. So I don't want to take y'all off y'all high horse of the everything that amazing is happening, but I also need y'all to be mindful that everything is happening amazing and people are going to start trying to gravitate towards your energy, because your energy is giving off, let me come and I want to touch that. I want to be involved in it. I want to surround it. I want to smother it. I want to, whatever it is these people be thinking, because some of this shit be weird. But I've been getting a lot of messages about free money, but they want you to pay to get the money. Not in the version that I've been seeing. So I don't know why they want you to pay to get some money, because you ain't gonna have to pay for none of this. This just looks like I showed up. And mind you, it's just been happening, like the randomest things. And so here you go. You found this laying on the ground. Here you go. We found this. This belongs to you. We found out that you got something, something. Because for some reason, also, the thing that's happening is people's heritage or lineage is being traced back to places. And then you're finding out that, okay, you were connected to this. And I don't know why also I keep getting this vibe. People who, them people that be saying this has been in my family lineage for da 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 da. I got a feeling some of them people are going to start returning back some land, because they're going to start figuring out where that land came from, and they're going to start returning that back too, because it's an energy of, and I keep saying it, and I done said it before, and this goes for everybody. It don't have nothing to do with color. It got something to do about the stories. It got something to do with the making things right. Making things right. And so in the process of making things right, here you go. So, and y'all don't turn down none of your blessings either. That's another thing, because a lot of y'all gonna be so, no, I can't take that, because, why are you turning down stuff that God gave you? Why you not accepting your blessings? Why you feel the need to turn down something that God is given for you, given to you, given to, your legacy? Why would you turn that down? So y'all be mindful that when God gives you a blessing, accept it. Be thankful. Be mindful that, it could be somebody else. Big or small. It also talks about when the tables turn. So, it gave, God creating you your own table, like, when the tables turn. You couldn't be here, or we didn't want you here, or something or the other. So, and it's given like a pouring, like something being poured out, but it's one of them old school, y'all remember, it's a basin. It's a basin in a thing, but it's one of them old school types of things. So it's, which I don't know if that was used for, I think this one is used for drinking, not for bathing. So, but it still has a bowl attached to it or something. Anyway, all I hear is something about old custom, old ways. Old decisions, old customs, old ways, old decisions. It's something about intersections, roads or things intersecting. So I don't know. I don't think it's a street. I think it's like a timeline, is what they're saying or what they're talking about. And but it's given an X. So I don't know if they could be talking about the platform X, or if it's given. Remember back in the day when they said people couldn't write or read, they would mark with an X or something. All right, so y'all don't ask me what the fuck is happening. Somebody got their property stolen and taken away. It was marked by an X. They told the person to sign here. The person didn't know what they were signing, and they signed. They marked with an X. So on the documents, on the deed, on the original paperwork, that's all you're gonna see. But this person's stuff got stolen. That's what they told them to do. Just sign here. They didn't know what they were signing away. They said sign on a dotted line. So that could have been, what it was. But then it's also now pirate ship and something, but they're saying pirate ship, but it was pirating. So I don't know if it was pirating like, because I hear liquor, like, so I don't know if that was moonshine, like that type of thing or whatever, but it's different eras because it says 1500s, but I think they said before that it was the 50s. So it's almost like the things where them girls wore them things around their head and the clothes would always be like flowing and shit. I've been getting a lot of messages about free money, but they want you to pay to get the money. That's what I'm saying. Something that's free, it just comes. Unfuckwittable, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. Also, a lot of tarot readers have been also sending messages claiming they are basically psychics and that they know the story. And I'm like, but I didn't send for you. Why are you here? They've been doing me like that too. They be sliding in my inbox telling me shit like that. And I don't be talking to them bitches because ain't nobody authorized you to come nowhere near nothing, no energy of mine, honey. And I'm not even going to invite you in. So go play with somebody else, please and thank you, because it is not that type of party. So I totally understand you. Um, exactly. So, y'all, something about some macaroni and cheese. That's definitely different. All right, person's favorite meal or something might be some macaroni and cheese, or that might be something. They said they want to try it. They want to try macaroni and cheese. Maybe they never had. Did they make macaroni and cheese back in the day? Because maybe that might be the issue. They need to try it. But something about macaroni and cheese being important. I don't know. Um, Take it how it resonates. That is cracking me the up. Um, Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get y'all get me some stuff posted up here. All right, let me see what else we got over here. She said, "Oh, I love mac and cheese." Period. They talking about some mac and cheese. What? Where did y'all come up with the mac and cheese at? That was random. I mean, the whole thing is random, but then here we go. All right, so if something anything popped up that felt like divine timing, like a message, a synchronicity, a sign, have any of y'all been seeing anything that looks like it is flashing, flashing, flashing? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you because I can't have you miss whatever this is. I can't have you miss the next journey. It's a bus, plane, trains, and automobiles. They don't care how you get there, just get there. Whoever that is, for planes, trains, automobiles, because it was saying something about the bus, like somebody trying to take the bus, but y'all, the bus route looked like, because it's La Migra. Is that the word for the police, or is that the word for what is that the word for immigration? Don't take the bus. Don't take the bus. Because the bus gets stopped. They said the bus gets stopped. So somebody got on or somebody got stopped on the bus. So take it how it resonates. But they said it is Spanish and somebody trying to get from one place to the next. Do not take the bus. And then they were saying something about the train being the safest way, but somehow the train got flooded. So do with that information what you will, because all I saw was the walls and the water coming out. So something happens with the water. Because I was asleep. Wait, bus versus bust. Titties. Well, I heard bust, but bust, no. But it could also be head. Because, a bust is what's that? The thing that you sit down, so it could be a portrait. And then, it was the past couple days, I done ate McDonald's yesterday and the day. Yesterday and the day before, right? Mind you, I haven't eaten anything from McDonald's other than a drink and fries, right? Or ice cream or something of that nature. But for some reason, I wanted to a Big Mac, which made me feel like I got slid into somebody's energy that eats Big Macs. And I feel like I know who it was, and ill. But anyway, the Big Mac was delicious. Mind you, they had it actually all stacked, you know, actually nice. Like somebody literally took their time to put this thing together, right? So, and it tasted good. The smell of it was right in there, because y'all, I've been heavy on the smells of the food and this, that, and the third. The thing that got me was that bread got to be different, because fish fillet, McDonald's fish fillet, whatever that bread mixture was, it has like a spongy type, like the bread is always soft, 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 right? Now, the Big Mac, last time I can remember, had like a regular texture bread, like something, I don't know. But yesterday it was almost like I could touch it and it bounced back, like it was, because I put my food, when I got my food, I ended up coming home and I put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, just to give it a little, it was too much heat, I ain't gonna lie to you, but 30 seconds I put it in there. But the bread was like real soft, like a great sandwich. It was a great sandwich, I'm not gonna lie. But in the process of me eating it, I was saying, you know, it just popped up out of nowhere, because I don't eat that, right? But anyway, it was good. It smelled clean. It tasted clean. But something about it was triggering me, because that's 2 days. And why are you eating that? And so, mind you, for some reason, even the price of it seemed like, why y'all trying to make it easy for people to buy trash and not for them to buy regular good food? Because how was that whole meal under $10, but if somebody want to buy something that is healthy or something, then they can't buy that? Well, I guess they can, but it's going to cost a whole lot fucking more. But anyway, so don't ask me what got into me with that, but that just popped up out of nowhere. But I do know of someone that they said eats a lot of McDonald's, and I also heard that they stink, and also I feel like there's something happening with that person's right, left, this side, legs. So that energy does have an issue, and yeah, it's like breaking down. But I mean, what you expect if you eat fucking McDonald's all the fucking time? Like, that's gonna be a thing. So do with that information what you will. Let's see what else we got up here. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and put some shit in here. Let me get some affirmations for us. And why is this even on this page? Let me take this off of here, because I don't like that. Anyway, so how bad do you want something? How bad do you want something is important, because if you're saying that you want something or you want to do something, how much effort are you putting into it? And it may feel like you're doing a whole lot, because I'm not even gonna lie. As I was looking at some of the things when I was saying the statistics, going behind the scenes, getting the analytics of something, and I'm looking at it because I'm feeling like, hold on, oh no, don't do that. You know, I feel like I'm putting a lot of energy into it. Okay, so where is the energy going? Where is the time going? Like, but you can see where it's not enough time, it's not enough energy and everything else. So why is it feeling the way it's feeling? It was also something about schedules being very important. So I don't know if to a person, meanwhile, my left side is recovering faster in recovery. Oh well, maybe Majestic Grace. All I know is that's what it felt like. It felt like, because, and it's weird because y'all, when shit happens, it'd be like, pay attention, because you know it goes with something. Because I kept smelling the food. I'm like, you know, because why the fuck are you eating that? Why did you even order that? And so I kept smelling it, and you know, probably was the weirdest thing. Like, you don't eat your food like that. But anyway, because I was waiting for the next thing. Like, is this real? Either way, then I happened to notice that my leg felt funny, like the side, like that's showing something. I don't know. It was weird. But then it just as fast as everything popped in, everything just popped right on out, and kept right on going. But instantly, as I was thinking it, it made me feel like it's got to be this person, and I don't like my energy even being that close to this person, because how the fuck did that happen? You know, as we're sitting here and as I'm being mindful, because I'm right here. I'm sitting here. I'm not around anybody. I'm not doing anything that I should be, this is how I pay attention, because I know my schedule, my energy does this. This is consistent. I do this, and this. When this starts to be off, I know good and well something else has now entered. And then yesterday, I was talking to Jess yesterday after I got offline, and so that was the other thing, because I'll talk to her, but then I had to tell her, like, I gotta go because I gotta do certain things. But in the process, I'm linked to her, and me, even discovering the loops and things of that nature. But something is now, as I explained to her, it's given anonymous. There is a tail now, so there is a trace, like somebody being followed, but it's an energetic type of thing, so it could be happening in the 3D as well. But the vibe that I was getting was anonymous, and then right behind that, after I got it from her, I got it from somebody else. So initially it was energy, hers was black, theirs was red. And I don't know if y'all can remember, and I want to say it was on Charmed, but it could be one of the Marvel, rivals or something. I don't know. It looks like a devil face, black and red, but then it has like the horns or something to it. So, um, because hers was black, this one was red, but this one was challenging. So the guy that made this whole entire made me think this is that he was talking. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull him up. He was came, and now he's challenging Aaron Parnas, right? And so take it how it resonates, AP, initials, first, middle, or last. And he was saying, I think it's, funny or a joke or whatever, but he's doing it in like a little menacing, like, he's the villain or something of, the person.
At 7:40, my son went to the bus stop. I live in the Phoenix area, Tramonto, right behind the Albertsons. He went to the bus stop. He did, however, did not get on the bus. I was able to track his phone to a location off a walking trail in Tramonto. And on the tracking app, we were able to see that he was in a car traveling about 30 miles per hour that went down the road, turned around, and then at that point is believed to have thrown his phone out the window. This happened at 7:40, again in AM in Phoenix.
That is horrible. All right, so let me see if I can find this. I didn't bring no tissue. I'm gonna grab some tissue real quick, y'all. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here, y'all. Because we got shit just popping up out of nowhere. Hey, Seven. Uh-oh. Y'all, this stuff is just going so slow and everything. I don't understand. Hey, Nook, how's your day? Come on in, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yo, as soon as this shit pop up, I got you. I totally got you. Yes, I can too. Alright, okay, so we got that there. Alright, y'all, let's see something. Oh, let me see if I'm on a Wi-Fi. And then let me go back to where I need to go for y'all. Wi-Fi. Oh, my Wi-Fi was turned off. Alright. I'll be trying to get y'all the good stuff.
If you have found this message, I called you to this message. The reason you've been called to this message is there's an act. I pray you slow. By the and no TikTok. If you're seeing this one, you are also.
Yo, I wish we.
I can't believe we said. Do you want to know?
Try it again, but.
We got him. We got OJD Vance, Peter Thiel, and the. Yo, hold the fuck up. Let me see if I can get this straight, because there's.
I don't give a.
I just heard from the bank.
Oh, yeah, I had to say this too.
Oh.
You know, one of my favorite,
This is gonna be messages that just pop up out of nowhere that basically you needed and you may have been asking for. So messages popping up out of nowhere.
Movie ever too. But
Spell check
the
thing.
Matrix. Like I look around and I'm seeing people. I'm like, okay, you're all about the Matrix, the Matrix, the Matrix. Well, the Matrix is being in the Matrix. So, I think you gotta let go of all the thoughts. You gotta let go of all thought. And get into a place where you can turn your thoughts off. And then a place where you can block thoughts from entering. That's a good place. Oh, yeah, I had to say this too.
And she's not wrong, but how many people can turn their thoughts off?
Who said he created an equation to solve poverty, right? And it came across my FYP twice. The first time I scrolled, because I don't like math, so I don't even care about nobody breaking down no equation. I was like, yeah, okay, good for you, and I kept going, right? But the second time, I was like, if it came across my FYP twice, it must be something I need to watch. So I watched it. I really wanted to stitch the video, but his stitches is off, so I'm gonna just tag it below. But anyway, he was basically breaking down how time equals money, right? And we all know that time equals money, but however we choose to spend our energy, our time will either equate to money or the lack thereof, right? Okay, so I came to this conclusion around, I wanna say, probably about 21, 22. And I remember I was a hostess at the time. And I made a video about this before, but I was talking about how it just dawned on me. And I'm like, there's no way an hour of my time is worth this little bit of money. So at that point, I was like, okay, what would I want to do with my time, whether I was getting paid for it or not? So that's how I started the journey on becoming a flight attendant, because I was like, I love to travel, right? I would love to travel. Whether I was getting paid for it or not, I would love to be on airplanes. I like being at airports. I loved everything about it. So I shifted my mindset to becoming a flight attendant. I literally beat that goal down to the ground. I got denied, I don't know how many times before I got accepted. I'm thinking like, okay, $21 an hour, get to travel full time, good money, right? I didn't learn until training the difference between regular pay and getting paid per flight hour. So if a 4-day trip, let's say it was like a 22-hour credit hour 4-day trip, that means you're going to be in the air for 22 hours. You'll get your hourly wage for those 22 hours. But 4 days is 96 hours. You do the math, 21 times 22 is like 462, something like that, right? But if you divide it by 96 hours, I was making like $5. I mean, yeah, like about $5, $4.80 an hour. That's how my mind works. And I'm like, once again, my time, an hour of my time is worth way more than $5 an hour. And then I really started to think about it like, okay, well, how much do I really value my time? And I gave myself a time limit. As I said, I'm only going to do this. I'm going to be a flight attendant because this is what I work really hard to become a flight attendant. But I'm only going to do it for 5 years, right? And people used to look at me crazy, like, why would you work so hard to become a flight attendant and you're only going to do it for 5 years? Because I already knew the value of my time. I just had to create a plan and work the plan. I start to think about it from that perspective, though. It's like, how do you truly value your time? Nothing seems like enough. Nothing.
So I just
How do you value your
I just
time?
asked the guy in the meat shop, do you know where...
Oh, and I guess out of nowhere, things popping up out of nowhere, information that you needed, right? Things that you may have been asking for, maybe even health wise, right? Maybe there have been some changes, or you've been thinking about making some changes, right? With your dietary or your health or anything like that. So things like this popping up.
And you have no clue where the majority of the meat that you get and that you sell is coming from. Nope. Can you say anything other than nope? And he's like, look, man, I can't tell you anything about this. I said, God, that's almost like a conspiracy. He's
Thinking about the things that you can eat. Okay, so I need to find this girl because they actually broke it down, went and did the numbers on how much they said that we have been consuming. And okay, so here's the guy. This is the one I was talking about when I said about
this
the
message is for Aaron Parnas and Aaron Parnas only. Pack it the fuck up.
why these people all got music.
Your time has come, you know it.
Excuse me. All right, this is the dude right here. So it was given, the hood and this, that, and the third, but then it was on her the same exact way. So it was given anonymous. Anonymous was giving out information that everybody was, needing, or telling the truth when the covering telling the secrets or things of that nature. Anyway, now, so same exact scenario, but it was mixing the red and black together. So I don't know what type of superhero that was or what type of villain or something that was, but either way, that. So if you know what it is, tell me if you can, tell me the name of it. All right, let me see if I can find this girl because she actually broke down and did the science of it. So somebody changing their dietary habits and making them better. Okay, so this was what I got yesterday out of nowhere, because apparently they are now doing this thing with groups and stuff like that. But again, it is needing to be very, very careful, because it's a lot of stuff that I'm seeing along with, all of these groups and everything else. And I don't really subscribe. So it was cute when it started and everything else, but it's then snowballed into something that's getting ready to get out of hand. But it's basically showing the way life really goes. Like, even in a social experiment, it all resorted back to the same society that we have now.
What it says it is, and there's a chance that the meat in America may not actually be what it says it is, and let me explain. I know we all see those TikToks where it's like, oh my gosh, we could be eating humans, and you go in the comment section, there's always that one person saying, no, like, we kill enough animals to equate for what we eat. I went and I did the research. I read through the National Chicken Council, I read through the Pork Association, all that, and they account for farmers markets, and I have all the data right here. So let's talk about it. We kill 33 million cows every single year. That leaves us with 7.2 billion pounds of ground beef. We consume 14.6 billion pounds of ground beef. That leaves us with a difference of 7.4 billion pounds of ground beef. Where are we getting this unkilled, unaccounted for ground beef? Next, we kill 9.5 billion chickens every single year. That leaves us with 27.3 billion pounds of edible meat.
We eat 33 billion pounds of chicken every single year. That is a difference of 5.7 billion pounds. Where are we getting this unkilled, unaccounted for chicken? Next, we kill 125 million pigs every single year. That leaves us with 2.8 billion pounds of bacon. We consume 6 billion pounds of bacon. That leaves us with a difference of 3.2 billion pounds. Where are we getting this bacon? That is 16.3 billion pounds of unaccounted, unkilled meat every single year. And if your fucking excuse is, oh my gosh, there's lab grown, there's cloned, there's 3D printed meat, that should be a problem within itself.
And she ain't never lied, because where y'all think it's coming from? I mean, because it could be from, you know, outside. Hey, Kathy. Hi. Welcome. Hey, Sunny. Hi. Now, you out here, you know, trying to tap into your God body and all this other extra stuff, right? You know, we trying to make it so we ascend and rise to the top, right? But meanwhile, we're being fed. We don't even know. But, you know, everybody is trying to do better, you know, as best as they can, because again, we don't know what's in anything at this point in time, because there's some little girls that I seen yesterday that are doing a science experiment. Apparently there's been bread that has been shelved for over a year, bread that is, you know, now on the market, sitting on the market, that we would buy, but it's not molding, and everybody's been saying that. I've been seeing that for years. So there's another thing, things just popping up out of nowhere, random messages from someone that you thought you forgot, so people showing up. That was a good smell. For some reason, it's weird, because it's definitely not that. But it smells older. That's crazy. So I don't know what an older good smell is, but it's an older good smell. So take it how it resonates. Random messages from someone you thought you forgot. They suddenly reach out to you when you were ready to release the past. Because this is what they do. Like I just said, they show up to want to fuck up shit. You know, let me be new and improved, and then it's all gonna be like a whirlwind ass love affair for, you know, 32 days, and then they right back to being the same. I ain't saying nothing. They gonna be good, okay? Let me not say nothing. Right back to doing the same shit. Like, you know, they changed, y'all. They changed. They try so hard. All right, soul connections. People that you meet by accident. I feel like a lot of that is happening. People that you meet by accident, but nothing is an accident. Like, it is the setup from the universe. So it's an accident, but it's a setup. And so that meat ain't real, y'all. It's giving hot dog vibes. Well, this is what I'm saying. You out here trying to increase your God body, your frequency, everything else, but now we eating stuff that Lord knows what it is, because the numbers is not matching. And even if it was, you know, the people who are buying their own food, or growing their own food or making their own food, they probably not accounting for that. They probably not accounting for food that's coming, maybe, well, they should have accounted for food coming out of the country, but I don't know. Either way, that's a big difference between one and the other. I don't know. And then it just seemed like in certain places, food just be plentiful. They just be having it sitting there and just, you know, shush. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. I don't know. We have a mentor, a collaborator, or a teacher, a collaborator or a teacher, right? So a lot of that happening, because people getting in, you know, situations, getting around people that they didn't know, opening up. So I got that heavy in the spirit. So mentorship, collaborating, and, you know, student and teacher relationships. appearing right when they're ready to expand, not when you were still searching. So you might have been looking for something, and then all of a sudden, the person that shows up that does exactly that thing. And she says she smelled it too. That's, see what I'm saying? It smelled like real good, but it smelled older. So I don't know. Maybe some of my grandmama or something. My ticket heart resonates. Someone who mirrors your healing. They show up to remind you how far you've come. Now, see, this is where I would be saying what I said the thing earlier. The universe knows, because the universe knows what you need. So if a person is being sent in, it is now growth that is going to be helping, you and this person. It's the energy that bounces off. And I know that happens. So that would be openly and, open and willing to do that, right? But watch that relationship very carefully. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because watch them all. Shit, fuck it. Watch them all. But that one seems like it comes in all the right reasons, all the right ways. But them types of relationships hurt the worst when, you know what I'm saying, shit be, and you can't be guarded. So, never mind. Scratch my thoughts. But I don't know why I just want to jump to, as soon as it come in, like the whole thing, I want to jump to, okay, I already see how this is about to play out, because nigga, now we all locked in for 92,000 years, and then I don't know. Just be open to love. Okay, I ain't got nothing to say. An old friend reconnecting. See, I'll be rolling my eyes too much. That might be what the universe. They may be like, this what we mean, girl. This is what we mean. Just an old friend reconnecting. But this time the energy is healed, balanced, and purposeful. I don't be having high hopes for these people. Hey, Stacy, welcome. Hi, Sandra. Hi. So we got SS. And Jeanette, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Because to me, it's always given to people, they know you, right? They know what you like. They know what you're going to stand and what you're not going to stand. So it especially be the family and the old friends. An old friend reconnecting. They know that you just needed a couple minutes so that way they can weasel their ass back in here, and do the same thing or worse. But mind you, because what keeps playing in my brain, and so that's probably why I'm doing this, is when the universe sent out the signal that said, are you gonna fall for this shit again? So for some reason that's playing in the back of my brain, and that must mean you could be falling for some shit again. So y'all gonna have to do with that information what you will. But as for me and mine, fuck them, because ain't no damn way. And people don't be realizing, like, this could be the last straw. Like, bitch, this could be the straw that's going to get me sent to, oh, let me not be cussing. This could be the last, this could be the last straw, okay? Astaghfirullah, forgive me. All right, so blessings. Money you weren't expecting. We already talked about it. It was refunds, deposits, gifts, or forgotten checks, or checks just clearing. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Cash apps. Like, y'all better be open to, receiving y'all money. Like, blessings. Tap that screen, please, and thank you. An opportunity that lands in your inbox without you even applying. Your mail. At your doorstep. Something that perfectly matches your purpose. An invitation or collaboration that aligns exactly with what you've been visualizing. Why it says visualizing silently, but why is it giving me like party plan or wedding, like somebody being a wedding coordinator or a wedding planner or something of that nature? So it's giving that type of vibe. It's real fancy around, and it smells like Macy's. An opportunity that lands in your inbox without applying. It smells like Macy's. So I don't know why that smelled like Macy's, but that's what it smelled like. I'm for real. A sudden sense of peace or clarity. You wake up one day and the confusion just lifts. Like whatever the brain fog is. Like it's too many things that's happening and now it's just clarity. Like, ah. And then the color changes in the world, in the universe. The answer to a prayer. disguised as a coincidence, but too aligned to be random. So you need a blessing, you need a miracle. And it could be a game. We was just talking about McDonald's. Somebody could win the McDonald's Monopoly. You wasn't even expected. You got two little stickers or whatever, and then you spun the free play or whatever they got on there, and then they gave you you won such and such amount of money, something that you was needing. Random. Just out of nowhere. You may have, how them things be, cars and shit just be in places, and you like sign up, you put your name somewhere, such and such, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they call and talking about there's a car, for you. Things of that nature, things that move like that, just like that couldn't have been nobody but God. Like I said about the people that is moving and all this other extra stuff, they're wanting to give you something. Somebody just pulling up and saying, oh, I got this camper that I want to give you. Oh, I got this little tiny house that I want to give you. Oh, I got this house that I want to give you. Oh, I got this car that I want to give you, out of nowhere, because you were the energy that God said to bless. You were the energy that God told them to stop, and this is for you. And out of nowhere, you like, I never even met these people before. They didn't need to meet you. They were on assignment. You were the assignment. God put the blessing, put it on their heart to bring it to you and give it to you. And you unexpected, like, wow, thank you. What did I do? I told y'all already did what y'all needed to do. The times when you cried and you didn't, say no when, you didn't have it, but God kept blessing you anyway, in spite of. I feel they must know. I feel they must know, even though I don't say that, then coming back around ain't gonna work. You better know it, not for me, because they will say that they want to come or try to come and never happen. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, what I know they don't think I was going to fall for that. Nope. Well, a lot of people are falling for it. A lot of people are falling for it, and I'm watching people fall for it. And I've been telling people, right, stop letting people play in your face. Stop letting these people play in your face, because they always got a good talk and a good game after they made decisions that, kind of fucked up the whole thing. And now you got me out here looking crazy or feeling some type of way. And now you want to think about, kind of spinning the block and doing this, that. No, I'm not with that. But a lot of people be with it because they just be so happy that the person, hey Sandra, they just be so happy that the person is paying them some mind again or some attention again, not realizing like that's unwanted. Like you don't even need that. Like you need to find you somebody that is really gonna, love you, cater to you, treat you like you should be treated, not somebody that you gotta, y'all come on in, get you some new friends, say hello, thank you, say hello, get you some friends and some people that basically get you some people that basically reciprocate your energy, because these people don't care about you. They just trying to figure out. Y'all don't realize these people be on assignment. Kill, steal, and destroy. It's not even the person. Of course, the person probably loves you, for life. The person probably don't even know why they did what they did to you. Like, it's weird how some of these things be playing out. A lot of times they be thinking it's you. Like, you did that. No. Not being accountable. But also, you got to remember, the spirit, the thinking, the mindset is, it's a spiritual thing. And even if we tried to figure it out, we probably still wouldn't be able to figure it out, because the universe is doing so many different things with so many different people. Even like I said, it's how the energy even started to recognize one another. Like, how do you know that I'm connected to you? And why did the cell phones instantly start to bring people, in energetic connections? So could that be another game that the system is playing with us? Like, this is where and my brain, probably does that, because I don't trust none of it. Because in my mind, I feel like now that I've seen it, now that I've watched it, it looks like the connections are innocent, but are they really? Because the algorithm could be playing in our face too. The algorithm could be saying, let's group these people together, or let's get these people to mingle, or but what if the universe is using that, and that's, the reason why it is that? But because these people done manipulated so much and so, you know, heavy behind the scenes, now we can't trust it because, you know, AI exists and all this other stuff. And then I seen something last night, which would be crazy, but also would make sense. And somebody tell me if this is true or not. One of the creators said that AI can't read in cursive, which is throwing me because how can it said AI can't read in cursive because of the fact that we all write differently. But shit, and after he said it, I made me think half of y'all motherfuckers can't even read cursive. So if AI can't read it, neither can y'all. So y'all can't write it, so it don't make no difference. But it would make sense as to why, if they was working on AI at the time and they needed to be nosy, but that would also say to me that everybody need to learn a cursive writing. Wouldn't that be the thing? Is that not the case? Let me see if this is true. Because we can just nip this in the bud anyway. See what I'm saying? But this is how most of it goes anyway, because then people don't even check to even think, like, you know. Because I want to know. Let me see if it's true. Let me see if I can find the boy that said it, though, first of all. Hey, Sandra. I mean, because if that's true, then that would totally, you know, be a game changer for the people. But how do you implement that to where it is effective? All right, let's see. Let's see. That was a lot. That was easy to clear up real quick. It said, yes, AI can read cursive writing, but how well? Oh, okay. So I guess he could be right. AI can read cursive writing, but how well? It depends on clarity of the handwriting. If the cursive is neat and consistent, like traditional script, most AI handwriting recognition tools can easily read it. If it's messy, slanted, or stylized, accuracy drops. There y'all go. Optical character recognition tools like Google Vision AI, Adobe Acrobat, OCR, or Microsoft OneNote can read many types of cursive handwriting. AI handwriting specific tools like Microscript, Transcribus, or Apple's Live Tech on iPhone do very well with cursive notes or journals. Because that's what I was wondering when I heard him say that. Because if y'all notice that there is a script, a cursive script writing inside of all the platforms, like when you get to change the font and everything. But now I know what he means, because the way I write, they probably couldn't understand my writing. So, I mean, because they possibly could understand that, because the words are, you know, very much, but I wonder if they would be able to understand that. So that's very interesting to know. So y'all that may be one of those little dumbass pieces of information that's not important until you're the only person on earth, and you know you are the warrior defender trying to figure out how to bring down the machines and the man, and that might be the tidbit that you need. See what I'm saying? Because that was random as fuck. So it says, yes, AI can read in cursive, neat, legible cursive, high frequency, fast or artistic cursive may need manual correction. All right, period. And then on top of that, they may be saying that it's better, they can read it better than what they really can, because, you know, they might be knowing that we're onto it. Again, trust nothing. Period. All right, so we have blessings. An invitation or collaboration, we already talked about that. A sudden sense of peace or clarity, talked about that. An answer to a prayer, disguised as a coincidence, but too aligned to be random, talked about that. Situations, a door reopens. Take a high resonance if you want some doors to reopen. Something that ended before but now feels ready again, but at a higher level. Divine redirection. A plan falls apart only for something better to appear days later. I definitely been feeling that also. Synchronicity overload. Angel numbers, repeated symbols, or dreams aligning back to back. Been having hella that. I've watched it with the children that were born from 2004 until now. That's why the young children don't know how to write it. You mean I'm younger children, um, kids that are in high school right now can't write cursive. So this generation that's in high school that's about to graduate don't know how to write cursive. Mind you, the generation before them don't know how to write cursive. My son is going to be 21, so we got to take him back at least 3 years. So we got to go back 3 years. The 21-year-olds don't know how to write cursive. So there's that. Mind you, as much as I try to get him to write in cursive, as much as I try to even get him to write his handwriting, to correct his handwriting, it was just his handwriting was just shit. So either way, it works for him. Divine redirection. A plan falls apart only for something better to appear days later. We talked about that. Synchronicity overload. Talked about that. Angel numbers, repeated symbols, dreams aligning back to back. I've been getting numbers. It keeps being 1111. Like, girl, like, you know, that's on your tag. So pay attention. It's time, but it keeps being things about me learning stuff too. That's the other thing. Me learning certain things, but the thing is, which I'm sure the universe will open, you know, whatever doors or, you know, or a flow that needs to be open, because the things that I'm being shown to learn is going to require for me to, you know, go to a place, go visit some places. And so, you know, the universe will definitely deliver on, you know, everything that is needed in order for, I guess, these things to take place. But because the universe knows what you need. Downloads have been coming out of the sky like those gifts coming out the sky. It's almost like the information highway where, you know, the matrix and the codes and everything. So that's just like flowing all damn day long. But it seems like the messages are speeding up. But then we have to be mindful because, you know, as they're saying, we are the time. So we create the time, the flow. Which this morning, I ain't gonna lie to you, me and the time and the flow, I just gave in. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it do what it's doing, because clearly I'm not in control of this. It just went spiral. One thing, and it just, there was nothing I could do but go with it. That was what I did. So that was the thing I did. All right, so energy-based signs. You feel like you've met someone before, even though you haven't. Excuse me. Those be the ones where when you can feel somebody, like, I don't know you, but I feel you. Yes, yes, sir, ma'am. Those be even weirder for me because it almost makes me still, like, want to know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are me and you supposed to do? Like, what is the connection? Why does the energy feel like that? So time feels slower or faster around certain people, but we talked about time feeling faster or slower yesterday. Just all, you know, collectively, we was all feeling the time being sped up. Today, I think I noticed one time being sped up, but also people moving at a pace that seems like, you know, it's allowing for flow, but it's like people in the way. Like, that's the vibe that it was given. You're in the way. Why are you in the way? But it was more intentional, like, you know, to box you in or to, you know, something of that nature. So take it how it resonates. You said what? No. Doors literally opening up, lights flickering, energy shifts, just all types of energy glitches whenever you entered the room. Definitely been having that. I done told y'all, like, electronics and me are, I don't know what the hell. They shutting down and glitching for me, but when somebody else does it, it's fine. It pops right up. Don't ask me. It just starts to get on my nerves because yesterday I came to the conclusion like some of the stuff was slow because I was trying to use one damn device. This device is burning the fuck up right now. Mind you, I done already turned it off right in front of y'all. So it's like something is hung up in it, but I turned it off right in front of y'all. So as I'm doing stuff, and then it makes me forget this because I done now left that on this phone because I was working on that, and then I gotta go get the other phone and work on, like, y'all, this shit be crazy. But mind you, it is now me having to slow the system down to, you know, because I don't want to feel rushed. I don't want to be pushed along in the simulation. I don't want to just feel like, you know, I gotta go, you know, like I don't want to do that. I want to be able to, whatever is happening, like, yes, let me adjust to it, let me go with the flow, but don't be fucking pushing me now. I don't like that. So whatever that energy is, that's what it feels like. Like you on your heels, and you know, you already know, like, let me take a moment. Let me smell the flowers. Hello. Let me smell the flowers. Let me enjoy the moment. Let me relax, relate, release. Beautiful energy. Beautiful scenery. Breathe. That was another thing. Breathing this morning. He said something, Majestic Grace, I think, or Spiritually Blessed said something about meditation. Breathing has been important and on the menu. Breathe. All right. I don't know what the hell they doing. Peace that you prayed for shows up before the results do. Now, I already said something to y'all about people being very, very peaceful. People that's very, very peaceful will cut you the fuck off immediately. As soon as you start with the, you know, whatever extra, you know, conversation, da 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 da, we don't have time because hello, please and thank you. Go on and get. Peace is the mission. Peace is the mission. Because that's what's important. So nothing really pops up out of nowhere. It pops up out of you, out of the version of you that finally believes you're worthy to receive without a struggle. Being able to open up, like I said, to the universe and allowing the universe to be able to bless you without your mind blocking, am I worthy of this? Or this really doesn't happen. This doesn't exist, because you're so used to having to, you know, work extra hard to get anything and everything that you have ever had, that now the universe saying, I'm going to give to you. All you just have to do is open up and be able to receive it. Seems like maybe, you know, a threat or a problem or anything else, when it is just open up and allow the universe to bless you. Be a little more loving today. Put a little more love in your energy, in your heart. All right. We got 6 people here, right? So 6 people here. Do all of y'all, I think we know who everybody is. So we just gonna see. So out of the 6 people, have all of y'all in the chat introduced yourself. What happened to her? Have all y'all introduced yourself to each other? Do all y'all know each other? And are all of y'all following each other in a way where, you know, even if y'all are not doing platforms or any of that, are y'all following each other to where if a person wanted to do a platform, that they will be able to, you know, go ahead and start that right on up, like, you know, they would have enough people to, you know, be able to get monetized and everything else. It may not be important to you now. It should be important to you though, especially with the way things are changing. So if you don't know that, and you don't know your fellow, you know, person in the chat, go ahead and introduce yourself, say hi. We're all grown adults here. Y'all see, you know, the energy that's being pushed out into the universe. If we are the collective and we are about ascension and growth, y'all get to, you know, seeing everybody. I just met y'all here, but I'm on IG. All right, well, let's get them moving around, you know, some places, because if y'all are seeing and knowing how everything is happening, your blessings are right there. Get to know your you know, your fellow comrades that come around, you know, every day or to the same location. Y'all gravitating towards the same people. It's just like I said about the groups. The groups was great. Being in group 7 was great. Also, but then I started to notice, I'm noticing that there's the same way the world is playing out, that's the way group 7 is playing out. But people don't realize they're bringing their conditioning, they're bringing their bullshit right into the same scenario. All of a sudden, instantly, people talking about who can't be here, this, that, and the third. You just got here. You should be thankful you got here, but now you got time to make rules. People then, made up dances. This is the official group that, and you ain't asked nobody nothing. This is the way things play themselves out. They're basically showing us that even in society, like, the conditioning has been way too strong. People have to be deprogrammed. Like, it has to be to the point where, like, it has to be called out. Like, y'all hear me be calling myself out all the time, because again, I shouldn't be jumping to the point way down the street where they saying a person showing up is now almost like, or they get ready to disrupt my peace. I'm not going to let them disrupt my peace, but the point of it is even the fact that I even got to entertain you or look at you is disrupting my peace, because, like, why the fuck do y'all think that I need that? But I may need that. That may be the best thing for me, but because of the fact that I'm already to the, I'm blocked in the area where I'm already doing something. Like, I'm going to be able to tell really, really quickly if you were just here to fucking, trying to pull me off my path again, for me to be set back another year, for me to be setting up here doing these fucking products again, when I could just be doing the products now in a very, beautiful way, and washing my mouth and everything else, and, not be here doing the same exact thing in a loop, in a repetitive situation. I can already master this for whatever it's going to be, or whatever, is my pathway is being designed, that is being led to whatever this is going to take me to. I already been here, and I didn't go through with it. So the universe saying, you doing it again, because literally I'm doing it again. So I want to be able to master this, and wherever it takes me, then evolve into whatever else. But I had to see the pattern first. And the only reason why I saw the pattern was because I'm a content creator. I'm online. So I saw this stuff started popping back up again. Like, oh, you was doing this. Like, even with the Streamlabs, my brother had already showed me this. Thank God I got people around me who, because I'm going to show you one time now. You ain't going to keep playing in my damn face now. Either way, he sat down with me again the other day and redid the same exact thing. But guess what I had to say? Kaya, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. So, and I had to, sit down and go ahead and redo and everything else. But what I had to say to him was, I appreciate him, because we already did this. My whole program, profile, everything set up. But for some reason, I just quit when I couldn't do such and such. And I don't want to do it right now, because the same scenario happening. It won't take my payment. That's as far as we got. So I don't know if there's something blocking it, When, like I said, somebody come around, I'll get them to do it. Look at it. Either way, point being is, this is something I have already been introduced to. It's not new. But now I'm starting from this point, and there's already, people that maybe started when I started was already established. It don't matter, because, I'm doing what I'm doing for what I'm doing and my time. But if I'm already seeing that I was there, man, something ain't right. Either way, working it out. Also, like I said, being accountable and going behind the scenes to say, okay, you're saying you want to do this. What do you need that is going to make you, be successful at this? What do you need that's going to be successful at this? And how long do you, and then as I'm looking at my time, I'm like, well, shit, you sat there 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day equates to 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week in fucking work. That's not a good amount of work, ma'am. 10 hours of work when it's people putting in 40, 80, 100, the fucking 365 days. There's people that stream 24 hours a day, and you out here, and then, like I said, looking at the ranking and everything else, like, y'all don't understand. These are all the things that are popping up to show me, out of nowhere, to show me, ma'am, how bad do you say you want this? Because if you already acting, this way at this, or you thinking that you tired at this, imagine if you put in fucking 80 hours a week in content. Imagine if you put in 80 hours a week in content. So now guess what my goal is? First goal is to get to 20 because, you know, I just realized I wasn't even doing 10. I'm about 10. So my first goal was to go to go to 20 or go to 10. No, go to 20, and then after that, you know, increase it. But technically, the goal is 80. Because if you're doing stuff that you just showing anyway, technically, me just pulling the content down because I'm living my life. I'm showing y'all I'm living my life. My niche is my life. I'm showing y'all my life. So that's what the first thing they said. You got to find a niche. Like it has to be, I'm not just cooking. I'm not just this. So I'm living my life. I'm showing y'all every day when I get up, this is my life. This is what I do. So in the process of that now, it is, you know, they're showing me this is the truth. This is your truth. This is what you want. Let me show you what you're going to have to do. This is what you're going to have to get at. Mind you, like I said, if it's done and it's done right and it's done effectively, it shouldn't even matter. It should not even matter. But this is where, like, you know what? Adding extra, if I get some more people coming around here, some more friends and, you know, people that are, you know, into content and this, that, and the third, there might be, you know, more extra people to help. But until then, it's me and it's the cameras and figuring it out. But as of now, it is a lot of things that you may have asked for, a lot of things that you have dreamt of, a lot of things that you may have even wanted coming into fruition, coming into, you know, oh, it's not just a thought anymore. No, it's the manifest itself. Hey, Evelyn, it's manifesting itself right into the reality. And now this is what it is. So enjoy the moment, everybody. Enjoy the moment that you're in, regardless of what it feels like, regardless of, you know, how you got there. First things first, what do I need to know? How do I, you know, what's the next phase? What do I got to do? Okay, well, I got to do this, so let me, next phase. Either way, Pisces, whatever this is, it just pops out of nowhere. Blessings, people, opportunities that show up unexpectedly. Be open. Have an attitude of gratitude for the universe. Put in more effort if you're not putting in enough effort. If you thinking that you should be or you want and it requires you to give first, do that. You have to do that. You can't say that, you know, it didn't happen, especially if you didn't try. So I told you, cheerleading. Y'all got this. We can do it. We all can do it. But everybody need to pay attention to the next phase of what we're going into. So open for blessings. People are leaving out the country. People will be giving away a whole lot of stuff to, you know, you and, you know, other people. Be thankful. Be thankful that the universe has you on the list. Accept whatever it is, accept and that you need to accept and go on. But also have some discernment because everything ain't for you and everybody ain't for you. And some people, you know, so everything's happening at the same time. Be mindful of that. So I love y'all, and, you know, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be back here shortly because I got to do more hours. And I know I said that to y'all yesterday and disappeared, but can't disappear because guess what? Yesterday when I was disappeared, I was running analytics behind the screen, behind the scenes, and realized, girl, more work. Get it done.